What? And secondly, he says he used ancient Starling plans to construct the ship, which were handed down for generations in Anku, the Starling city on Nerim. Well, either that, or the ones who created the beacon also helped the Ancient Fathers build the Star City. There's no way to know for sure, but either way, what it does mean is that the Ancient Fathers must have known about the cycle, and therefore about the High Ones and the cleansing. Well, let's put it this way. If anybody knows, it's them, and it's definitely the best lead we have found so far. So, in other words, what that means is that we need to help this Kermai finish his ship, and that we will accompany him on his journey to the Star City. Just imagine if it works. A city in the stars that has lasted for millennia. It's unbelievable, truly unbelievable. First, you should visit Kamai's workshop in the Powder Desert. The Grand Master and some Arcanists have already left. And, needless to say, be vigilant when outside the city. The Neromese might not be careless enough to have their camp right in front of the gates, but they have established outposts all over Enderal, as you have undoubtedly already noticed. You are familiar with teleport magic, aren't you? Here, take this scroll. It will transport you directly to the Powder Desert. I need to get back to my studies now. The more we learn about the beacon, the more fascinating it becomes.
There you are. Lashari brought that map from some Parayan ruin a couple of weeks ago. Looks confusing, doesn't it? She said it contains more knowledge about the Parayans than all the tomes in the Sun Temple's library put together. And now she's gone, just like Constantine. It still feels surreal. I did, yes, because I require your help in a personal matter. There hasn't been a good time since the Red Madness broke out. And believe me, I wouldn't bother you with this if it weren't important. Hard to explain. Come. Fair enough. Where do I start? Imagine the following scenario. You're in an old fortress. Suddenly a door opens and a bandit charges in. Before you even realize what is happening, he raises his bow, nocks an arrow, and fires it straight at your throat. What happens next? That is one possibility, yes. And it might be the one you would experience. The truth, however, is a bit more complex than that. Reality branches off into millions of new realities. One in which the bandit kills you, one in which he gets hit by a falling piece of rubble from the ceiling, one in which a tunnel spider jumps out from the shadows and kills him. The possibilities are endless. Everything that can happen will happen, and creates a new eventuality in the process, another reality. I'm getting there. I assume you know that this mechanism is also the reason for the existence of magic. An Arcanist is able to transport eventualities from one reality into another, and thus perform feats considered supernatural. So far, so good. But what if there were a way to not only bring elements of other eventualities into ours, but to travel these other realities physically? Well, this is where it gets exciting, isn't it? With the Planeswalker. Come, let us sit. Have you ever heard of the name Dalmarek? That's the one. What hardly anyone knows, however, is that Dalmarek's experiments reached far beyond the Sunwheel. Among other things, he worked on a device called the Planeswalker, a combination of Endralian mentalism and Paraean technology. Temporarily, yes. Sadly, Dalmarek never had the chance to finish it, since he was too busy blowing up Thalgard. Leshari? No. Even if we were to find a reality where she didn't die, we couldn't bring her back. Suffice it to say that there is something I need to see. Something I want to see. To be honest, it wasn't my intention to drag someone else into this. But there's no other choice, so here we are. Indeed. It would mean a lot to me, if that's worth anything to you. Well, first of all, we need to acquire two materials I wasn't able to find here in Ark. The ether crystal, and a special kind of alloy. According to my research, Dalmarek's old laboratory in Thalgard would be a good place to start our search. Right in the middle of Thalgard's contaminated areas, so it will be dangerous. You have a map, don't you? Here. That's where we should find the entrance. I have some preparations to make first, so let us meet there shortly. Ah, and one more thing. I would appreciate it if we could keep this matter between you and I for now. I know I've said it before, but this mission is personal, and I'd rather not have to justify it to Aranthiel. Firstly, because it's a personal matter. Secondly, it's too much of a risk as long as Khalim and his helper are still sauntering about. The less people know of this mission, the better. The essentials. Well, suffice it to say that what happened to Leshari and Constantine have made me question certain things. I know that they gave their lives for the greater good, but frankly, there have been times when I've found it hard to stay true to our cause. I am hoping that what I'll find over there will help me regain some sense of purpose. Yes, I know, probably not the answer you were hoping for, but it's the best I can do for now. Forgive me. We will. I will meet you in Thalgard. Tenacious bastards. As I said, 2 objects. The ether crystal. I'll look for the alloy. You look for the crystal. Agreed? I don't know exactly, but according to my sources, and regarding your first question, think of it as a kind of enhancer of one's gaze into the sea of eventual... I suggest you try his old laboratory first. It should be close to the library, so come on, let's get started. Just come back here once you've found the crystal. So, had any luck?
Aye, but it's all shards. The roof came down on it.
What? No, that can't be. Show me.
Suit yourself.
No. No, 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 no. That's impossible.
Apparently it's not. So what about my pay?
You'll get it.
Maybe you're just wrong and this goddamn crystal was never in here in the first place. Ever thought of that?
It is here. Let's keep looking.
All right, all right. We have all the time in the world, don't we?
Ah, there you are. So? Doesn't surprise me. What exactly? Huh. Interesting. I suppose those were glimpses into nearby reality strands. The crystal enhanced your gaze and let you perceive elements of other eventualities in this one. Thank you. I do have the alloy, by the way. It's a bit dented, but I should be able to fix it. Huh. Fascinating. A pity we need to disassemble it. Either way, we did what we came here for. I'll take the crystal to Ark and find a safe place to store it. Here, I found this further down. Why don't you take it? It might be useful. I will need a couple of days at least to fully reconstruct the Planeswalker. I started months ago, but the crystal and the alloy were still missing. Meet me in the dust pit in the Undercity 2 days from now. It's some kind of arena, in case you haven't been there before. See you then.
for your crimes.
Wait, I think I know you. You helped the Grandmaster crush those Neremese bastards at the harbor gate, didn't you? I can't believe that actually happened.
He can't have built it all by himself. Just look... that thing. It's unbelievable.
Ahoy.
So far, if entropy is anything, it's unpredictable, Marek. 5 out of every 10 students do not live to see 30 winters. Let's just hope that the Grandmaster knows what he's doing. This madness has to stop.
What?
What he did...
Walk blessed.
...a tube with a... Well, well. You are the one everyone is talking about. Kermai Kazor Tatakajape. Pleased to meet you. Material, not help. To be honest, with all those brutes hammering on Gertrude right now, he is more concerned for her well-being than for his own need to be helped out. That's the deal, yes. even though he wonders what you hope to find up there. Anyway, enough talk. They say you are quite skilled in finding things, and there are things that need to be found to finish Gertrude. Sakabaku copper alloys and a Pyrian crystal cube. Find them, the sooner the better. Well, that's the challenge. The alloys can probably be found in one of the old Starling mines in the Powder Desert. The crystal cube, that's a bit more complicated. But as far as he knows, you might find one in Thalgard. In the time of the expansion, there was a famous Starling tinkerer working under Dalmarak, and he must have used similar cubes in his work. Here, I'll mark both locations on your map. Please don't die. That would be most unpleasant. Ah, and one of the Arcanists was so kind as to put a teleport rune in the cave, so you can use this scroll to return here. And now, excuse him. There's a lot to do, and Gertrude does not like to be kept waiting. His thoughts exactly. Now bring him a new one. Chop chop. Well, any luck? Well, you know, according to the prophecies, the Star City has In other words, if the ancient fathers have survived all that time, they will survive these high ones, as you call them, as well. Oh, is that so? Strange how much everyone is suddenly interested in him and his work. Back then, when they still thought he was a poor tinkerer and had no idea of Gertrude's existence, things were quite different. They humiliated him, they bullied him, and without his inventions he might not have even had the coin to afford his lodgings in the foreign quarter. So please, do him a favor and keep that in mind the next time you judge him. And by the way, even if he did want to help you and your people, he's a creator, not a destroyer. He knows nothing of cannons, centurions, and whatever the rest of his kind have come up with to help you people kill each other. But forgive him. He should not be so harsh. You have helped him with the birds, and without them he'd probably never have come so far. Well, any luck? Move along. War, after all these centuries. That's just plain crazy.
Ahoy.
What?
You! I don't want to be nosy, but is it true you were inside the memories of a dead Korean?
Well, any luck? Ah, he thought so. Very good work. Your reputation is well deserved. He does have help, but indeed, according to your standards. Perfect, that's them. Good work. Yes, he didn't expect it, but you and your order have been of great assistance indeed. Give him one more day and Gertrude will fly through the heavens like a fairy. Ah, and you should go to the captain's cabin before you leave. Your Grand Master arrived a short while ago, and it seems he wants to talk to you.
Ahoy.
Prophetess, have you found the missing pieces? Good. According to Kurmai, your journey will last 2 days. I've instructed him to first head for the Nexus Tower. According to the Starling writings, this is where the ancient fathers kept all their knowledge. The heart of the Star City, so to speak. And you will not be traveling on your own. The mercenaries, Sakaresh, Magistra Yaela, and her adjutant will accompany you. I expect you to be back in the temple in 1 week, with knowledge about the Numinas. They will be there when the ship leaves. Before you go, however, I suggest you return to Ark to properly equip yourself. Who knows what you will be facing up there?